Here are 5 things about a mosque going up in the mountains of Papua, Indonesia. And number 1 changed how I think about the word tolerance. We're counting down from 5, so stay for the last one. Start with the place. Wamena sits in the Baliem Valley, roughly 1,600 meters up in the Papuan highlands. No highway connects it to the coast. Almost everything that arrives, cement, steel, roofing sheets, arrives by cargo plane. Building anything here costs several times what the same building would cost in Jakarta. Number 5. The congregation is tiny. In this part of the highlands, Christianity is the overwhelming majority faith. Muslim families here are a small minority: traders, teachers, people who moved in from other islands. A community that small could easily wait years to raise a building fund on its own. Number 4. Their neighbors did not wait. Christian and Catholic residents showed up at the site with buckets, plastic tubs and bare hands, hauling stones across rocky ground so the mosque could be finished faster. Not a donation drive. Actual labor in the sun by people who will never pray inside it. In Indonesian there's a word for this: Gotong Royong. It means shouldering a burden together. It isn't charity and it isn't a one-off event. It's an old village operating system where a house, a bridge or a church gets built because everybody carries a piece of it. Number 3, and this is the detail most reports skip. In Wamena, stone is currency. When a single bag of cement costs a small fortune after the flight in, locally gathered river rock becomes the cheapest structural material available. Every neighbor out collecting stones was, in effect, donating money. Number 2. The outside help. Gus Miftah, a preacher known across Indonesia, backed the project and added another 200 million rupiah, roughly $12,000, during his Islamic boarding school's anniversary, and said he'll fly out to Wamena himself for the inauguration expected at the end of the year. The story reached the public through the grandson of Haji Muhammad Aso, remembered locally as a national hero. That detail matters. Islam did not arrive in Papua last week. There are coastal communities where Muslim families have lived for generations, long before anyone was arguing about any of this online. Number 1. This is not one-directional. Across eastern Indonesia, the same pattern runs the other way. Muslim residents standing guard outside Christmas services, helping raise church roofs, cooking for congregations that aren't theirs. The Wamena Mosque isn't a favor. It's one entry in a very long ledger of mutual debt, which is why the location stings a little. Wamena has known real violence. Unrest that emptied its streets and pushed families onto evacuation flights. Places that have been broken along identity lines are exactly the places where a shared construction site is more than a photo opportunity. Here's my angle. We usually talk about tolerance as a feeling, being basically fine with people who differ from you. What's happening in the Baliem Valley is tolerance as a verb. Heavy, repetitive, unglamorous work, measured in buckets of stone and afternoons nobody got paid for. One more detail worth watching. Openings like this usually finish with a shared meal, and in the highlands that means the whole valley eats. Food is often prepared separately so every guest, whatever they believe, can actually sit down and eat it. Hospitality here is engineered, not improvised. None of this makes the region's tensions disappear. Land disputes, politics and old grievances don't dissolve because a roof went up. But a building that took everybody to make is a very hard thing to argue with, and it will still be standing long after the arguments are over. If this shifted something for you, subscribe. I cover stories out of Indonesia that never reach the international feed. And tell me in the comments, where have you seen people build something across a divide?